Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something really intricate. It's a listener's family story, just filled with these unexpected turns and, well, some deeply personal questions.
That's right.
We're here to help explore these complexities, sort of unpack things using the insights from the sources they shared, trying to uncover what lies beneath it all.
Hmm.
Our mission for this deep dive really is to explore those profound connections between, past actions and present realities, what many call karma.
Exactly. Karma.
And we're doing it through the lens of this one family's experiences. We'll be looking for those surprising threads, the ones that tie seemingly separate events together, hopefully finding some nuggets of wisdom that might just shift how you see things day to day.
Indeed. And we're going to be synthesizing several personal accounts that you've all shared with us. We're trying to understand not just what happened in these, frankly, quite dramatic events,
Yeah.
but the underlying why. Why does it matter? This connects these individual stories to a much, much broader tapestry of, let's say, universal principles.
Right.
Which really leads us to ask, how do our past actions, whether we remember them consciously or not, how do they keep shaping our lives and the lives of those we're connected to?
Okay, let's start with a really powerful and honestly heartbreaking account. Our listener, who's now a successful taxi business owner in Bangkok, starts by sharing the story of their father. He sounds like a truly kind, responsible man who settled in Khon Kaen. He was a dedicated two-row taxi driver, and his wife just deeply loved and praised him.
The good man.
Yeah. But when our listener was just 7 years old, a pregnant woman with a small child asked their father for a ride to Khao Swan Kwang.
Okay.
That evening, or rather very early morning, maybe 3 or 4 a.m., tragedy struck.
Okay.
His vehicle, the taxi, had a head-on collision with a huge 10-wheel truck.
Oh, terrible.
He died instantly, trapped behind the wheel, and so did the pregnant woman. But remarkably, her small child, completely unharmed, not a scratch.
Wow. That's hard to believe in such a severe crash.
Exactly. And eyewitnesses, people at the scene, they claimed the 10-wheeler was like weaving wildly, going really fast, almost like the driver was drunk or something. The crash was so bad, the father's car was basically ripped in 2 pieces.
Oh, my goodness.
But here's where it gets really strange and, well, suspicious. The front part of the father's car was found sort of mounted onto the front of the 10-wheeler.
Mounted? What does that even mean?
Right. It's odd. And this detail led the listener's mother to strongly believe the truck owner had, messed with the scene, moved things around to make it look like her husband was the one at fault.
Ah, I see. A cover-up suspicion.
Precisely. And the mother, still, reeling from this terrible loss, she bravely spent all their savings, everything they had, on a lawyer. She was determined to fight for justice for his name.
Understandable. Completely.
But in the end, nothing came of it. She lost the case. They lost all their savings, just left the family in, well, profound hardship.
Oh, that's just devastating. Loss upon loss.
Yeah. After the father's death, life became incredibly difficult. The mother had to move to Bangkok, working as a seamstress, sending money back. And our listener, just a child, aged 8 to 12, had to catch shrimp in the local pond just for food.
Just to survive.
Yeah. But what's really poignant here, even in that situation, they refused to kill fish. They felt the fish would feel pain. Just this deep, innate compassion.
Even as a child facing scarcity. That says a lot.
It really does. Eventually, the listener moved to Bangkok to be with their mother. Life slowly, gradually got better. They later married, had 4 children, and built this thriving taxi business with a supportive husband. So a story of resilience, too.
Absolutely. That initial part of the account, it just lays bare the raw struggle, doesn't it? And the mother's fierce dedication. It really highlights how grief can drive these powerful actions, but also how incredibly hard it can be to find justice when, the narrative seems deliberately obscured.
Right.
And the child's refusal to harm fish,
Yeah.
even when hungry. That speaks volumes about a deep-seated compassion. It's quite remarkable.
So, given all this, the tragic accident, the father dying young, the pregnant woman too, the unharmed child, the suspected cover-up, it really begs for a deeper explanation, doesn't it? Especially from a karmic viewpoint. What can we sort of understand from these events?
Well, when we look at these events through, let's say, deeper insight, the dream explanation as it's called,
Yeah.
we uncover a really powerful karmic thread connecting them all.
Okay.
The father's death at 35
Okay.
and his passing at the exact same time as the pregnant one. This was indeed the result of joint past karma.
Joint karma, so they were connected before.
Exactly. In a previous life, the father and the pregnant woman were actually husband and wife.
No kidding.
Yes. And they had a friend who discovered a treasure map. After they all found the treasure, the wife, in that past life, persuaded her husband to kill their friend, just so they could keep all the riches for themselves.
Oh, wow. That's dark.
It is. And before dying, that friend made this incredibly powerful vow of revenge, promised to follow them life after life and kill them in return.
A vow of revenge across lifetime.
Precisely. And in this current life, that friend reincarnated as the 10-wheel truck driver.
Whoa. So the truck driver was that friend seeking revenge.
That's the insight. It's this intricate, long-lasting cycle of vengeance playing out.
That's an incredibly detailed and, frankly, pretty sobering explanation. It really hammers home the long-term weight of vows like that. Does this mean the only way to truly break a cycle like that is forgiveness, even when it feels so unjust?
Exactly. Forgiveness is key. You see, the karmic debt had to be settled somehow, and in this lifetime, it manifested as this tragic accident.
Right.
And the mother's suspicion about the car being mounted on the truck, that was spot on. It was a deliberate act by the driver and the owners to fake the scene, shift the blame.
So she was right all along.
She was. But the family couldn't win the legal case because this deeply intertwined karmic debt needed to reach its conclusion. Forgiveness, in this context, becomes the ultimate act. It's what stops the cycle from just repeating again in future lives for everyone involved.
That makes a difficult kind of sense.
Now, about the unharmed child of the pregnant woman, that's actually a separate karmic thread.
Okay.
Our insights reveal the child's own past life actions involved killing pregnant animals and also having abortions. This karma explains why they survived this accident that should have been fatal.
I see.
But it also suggests they have their own significant karmic journey ahead. This part of the story is really a stark reminder for all of us, isn't it? About the long reach of our past actions.
Yeah.
And how people who seem unrelated can be drawn together by these ancient karmic debts. It really forces you to consider the profound implications of our choices, life after life, often showing up in completely unexpected ways.
That definitely puts a completely different perspective on these awful events. Okay, let's shift gears now to another really poignant part of our listener's story, the ongoing struggles of their eldest son. His journey has been marked by huge physical challenges right from birth.
Yeah, a very different kind of challenge.
He was born extremely prematurely, only 6.5 months, weighing just 1.4 kilograms. Tiny. Spent 40 days in an incubator.
Wow, a fighter from the start.
Totally. And while he initially seemed okay by his first birthday, he still couldn't stand up. His legs were twisted inward, and he'd only stand right on his tiptoes. The description was like he was always holding urine, straining.
That sounds difficult.
He ended up having 2 major surgeries. The first one, between 4 and 5 years old, was in his groin area, left these 5-inch scars. And then his legs had to be in splints for 2 agonizing months.
Oh, that poor kid.
Yeah.
And the poor mother.
Yeah. Doctors were hopeful. They promised he'd walk, but he couldn't. Then, a few years later, a second surgery, this time on his hamstrings, cutting a tendon, followed by lots of physical therapy. Same result. Again, the promise of walking wasn't fulfilled.
Oh, heartbreaking.
They even proposed a third surgery, an Achilles tendon release. But by then, our listener, just heartbroken, seeing no improvement, she felt she had to refuse.
I can understand that feeling.
So now, he's 19. He can only crawl around the house. And sadly, he couldn't attend school. They hired tutors, but they quit because he would always bend his head right down close to the paper, and they couldn't get him to change that posture. Made learning incredibly hard.
So physical and educational hurdles, that's a lot to deal with.
It is. But despite all this, the son developed this really unique spiritual connection. He absolutely loved listening to the Venerable Luang Por's Dharma tapes.
Interesting.
Yeah, he'd often meditate and told his mom he saw things like a Buddha image and a crystal orb. He was super protective of those tapes. But then the family got a satellite dish, the DMC channel for the temple, and he just gave all his tapes away, said he'd heard it all and preferred the live broadcasts now.
A definite shift.
A big shift. And interestingly, after switching to DMC, he stopped meditating. He also changed from being quite a talkative kid to very quiet. His mother sometimes has to ask him something 5 times before he'll answer.
That's a noticeable change in personality, too.
Yeah. Yet he still diligently follows the daily merit-making suggestions from Luang Por on the channel using money his dad gives him. And he can recite chants and prayers from DMC perfectly, even though he's illiterate. His mother wonders, what's going on in his mind? How can she help him?
It's quite a story. This part really highlights the incredible resilience, doesn't it? Both the mother and the son.
For sure.
And the son's intuitive spiritual connection somehow thriving amidst these profound physical issues. That's fascinating. The shift from tapes to satellite, the change in his quietness. It makes you think about how people, especially kids, engage with spiritual practice and how their ways of connecting can evolve.
Exactly. So let's try and unpack this. The premature birth, the lifelong disability, those failed surgeries, the illiteracy, and then this really intriguing spiritual path. What are the deeper karmic forces at play here?
Well, our insights into these specific karmic threads, they indicate that the son's leg disability, being born prematurely, the surgery's not working. It all stems from past life karma.
Okay. What kind of karma?
In a past life, he was a city governor. And apparently he had quite a temper. He would severely punish people, even for really minor offenses, things like chaining them up, throwing them in these forgotten cells for ages, even ordering them to be beaten or flogged, serious abuse of power.
Okay, so harsh actions in a past life leading to physical suffering now.
Yes, but what's truly significant here, and maybe surprising, is that this current life's suffering, it's actually considered a lighter form of retribution for those past actions.
Lighter? Really? With all he's been through?
Yes. The insights suggest that in previous lives, he suffered even more severely. He had disabilities affecting both his arms and legs. So this lifetime, while still very difficult, shows some, let's say, karmic relief or purification happening.
Quite a perspective.
And the illiteracy.
That also traces back to a residual effect from his time as governor. Apparently, he contributed to the production and sale of alcohol. And that kind of action can cloud one's intellect in future lives, manifesting as learning difficulties or illiteracy. I see. What about his spiritual side? Seeing the Buddha image, the crystal orb.
Those experiences are quite real. They're described as being at the kusalanimate level.
Kusalanimate, yes.
It basically means positive preliminary signs. Clear mental images that arise from deep concentration. They're good signs of spiritual progress, but not the ultimate goal itself.
Okay.
And this deep connection he feels. It comes from a past life where he actually ordained briefly with the Sangha, the monastic community, but they were separated for a long, long time until this current life brought them back into proximity, spiritually speaking.
So that connection is genuine, rooted in the past.
Very much so. Now, his shift from the tapes to the DMC channel, giving away the tapes, that's actually quite straightforward, according to the insight.
Oh, yeah.
It's really just like a child getting new toys and preferring them over the old ones. The live broadcasts offered something new, something fresh.
Simple as that.
Pretty much. And his new quietness. It's not because something is deeply wrong or troubling him other than, he genuinely loves his mother. The insight suggests he's simply watching too much television, and that a change of environment, maybe more interaction, would likely help him become more talkative again.
That's more mundane than I expected.
Sometimes the reasons are. Now, as for the mother's role in all this, her incredible, enduring dedication and compassionate care, that also has significant karmic roots.
Her karma?
How so?
In a past life, she was the wife of a high-ranking official, and she used to go with her husband on hunting trips. And she would actually cheer him on as he killed animals.
Oh, dear.
This created something called Anumadana Bap. It's basically the karma you get from rejoicing in evil deeds, even if you didn't do them yourself. And this specific karma led her to have the destiny of caring for a child with such a condition in this life.
Wow, so her past actions created the situation where she provides this specific care.
Yes. And additionally, across many, many past lives, they actually were mother and child. They often made wishes together to be reunited in future lives. So that strengthened their incredibly profound bond in this life, too.
That's amazing. This whole segment, it just vividly illustrates the complex, sometimes surprising ways karma unfolds, doesn't it? It shows that even deep suffering can be a lighter consequence of maybe even greater past misdeeds.
Right.
And it highlights these hidden connections between family members, revealing how our bonds can be forged and tested across countless lifetimes.
It really does. Okay, that's a truly intricate and, revealing look at that part of the family story. Now, our listener then shared another profound family tragedy. This one concerns their husband's father.
Okay, another layer.
Yeah. He was described as a traditional Chinese man, and unfortunately didn't really engage much in Buddhist merit-making. He followed older customs, like sacrificing chickens for worship.
Different traditions, right?
He was also a longtime drinker and smoker, only quit when emphysema basically forced him to.
Health issues caught up.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was living in a different province with his eldest son, and the news came that the father-in-law had died, supposedly from a fall.
Okay, reported as an accident.
Yeah. But when our listener and her husband got there, they found the body had already been bathed and dressed, prepared quickly.
That seems a bit fast.
Exactly. And upon inspection, they found something else. 3 fresh stab wounds.
Stab wounds. Not a fall, then.
Definitely not. One on the left temple, one over the heart, and one on the left wrist. So clear you could see the white tendons. Clearly, this was no accident.
Oh, my goodness. That's shocking. And hidden.
Very. Then, 3 days after his death, the father-in-law appeared in a dream to our listener.
A dream visitation.
Yes. Told her there was 30,000 baht hidden in a plastic cabinet where he used to sleep. And he asked her specifically to use that money to make merit for him.
Wow. Specific request from the other side.
Right. So the family searched, and they did find money in that cabinet. It was actually 20,000 baht, not 30,000, but still.
Still, the core message was accurate. The location, the money.
Exactly. So our listener took that 20,000 baht and used it to create 2 Buddha images, one dedicated to her father-in-law and one for her mother-in-law.
A powerful act of merit.
And after she did that, she never dreamt of him again.
Interesting. The request fulfilled, the connection perhaps eased. This story really adds another significant layer, doesn't it? To understanding the afterlife, the power of intention.
Yeah.
The discovery of those stab wounds, hiding the truth, and then the father-in-law's request through a dream. It's quite compelling. It suggests this lingering connection, maybe a desire for resolution, even after death.
Absolutely. So what can we understand from this? Was he definitely murdered? And what karmic forces might have been involved in such a sudden, violent end?
Well, the insights we received confirm, yes, the father-in-law was indeed murdered. It was apparently due to the attacker's sudden, just fleeting anger, a moment of rage.
Just like that. Not premeditated.
Seemingly not. However, the guidance that came with this insight was clear. Don't pursue the matter further legally or otherwise.
Really? Why not?
The advice was to cultivate forgiveness instead. The karmic incident has passed, and justice, in a karmic sense, was served on a different plane. Trying to pursue it now would likely just stir up more negative energy.
Okay. Forgiveness again. So what about his own karma? Why did this happen to him?
His karma, the insights reveal, stems from his own past actions, specifically killing numerous animals over his life, both small and large.
Ah, like the chicken sacrifices, perhaps, and maybe more?
Possibly, and maybe other instances too. This killing created a significant karmic debt, and it also led to what's described as the tying of a grudge, maybe not outright hatred, but a negative energetic link with the person who ended up killing him in this life.
So even a fleeting act of violence can have these deep ancient roots between people.
Absolutely. It's a powerful demonstration of how these things work. Seemingly random events often aren't random at all when viewed through a karmic lens.
Okay. And the dream, was it definitely him?
Unequivocally real, yes. The money was there, as he described, even with the slight difference in the amount.
Right.
After his death, the insight revealed he was reborn as a Phumthua,
What's that?
a type of minor earth deity, or earth spirit. Beings who, through past good deeds, live in a realm higher, more subtle than ours, often connected to specific places like trees or land.
Okay, so not a bad rebirth then.
Better than many possibilities, yes.
Yeah.
And the merit from creating those Buddha images, which our listener dedicated straight to him, he received it. And it significantly improved his condition, his brightness and happiness in that Phumthua realm.
That's wonderful to know.
It really is. This whole section powerfully illustrates how even violence can be rooted in long-forgotten karma, affecting both victim and perpetrator. And it underscores the profound, real impact of making merit for the deceased. It truly can benefit those who've passed on.
Okay, we just have a couple of final threads to tie up from this incredible deep dive. Our listener also mentioned sometimes dreaming of a cute shirtless little boy with a top knot hairstyle, just sitting on their home altar swinging his legs. They wondered if this was maybe a Gumanthong spirit, you know, those child spirits people sometimes keep.
Ah, yes, the Gumanthong. Well, the insights on this one are interesting. It clarifies that this dream wasn't actually a spirit visitation.
Oh, what was it then?
It was basically a psychological attachment, a preoccupation the listener had with the Gumanthong statue they might have had or seen.
So just their own mind creating the image.
Exactly. While Gumanthong are believed by many to be child spirits housed in statues, in this specific instance, the insight showed no actual spirit residing within that particular statue or connected to the listener. The dream was a form of jitnuawan, a mental hindrance.
Yeah.
Basically, the mind getting fixated or preoccupied with something, so the listener can release the statue if they have one, following traditional ways like burying or floating it without any worry about a spirit being attached.
Good to know. Okay, and finally, let's look at our listener and her husband's current life. They've clearly worked hard, built a successful business, a good family.
Resilience and success.
Yeah, but they find themselves working incredibly hard, like constantly, with very little time for rest. They wonder about their shared merits and, why is it such a constant struggle, such hard work?
That's a very relatable question for many people. What's particularly insightful here is looking at their shared history again through the lens of past lives.
Okay.
The deeper understanding reveals that in a previous Buddha era, a long, long time ago, they were together as a couple, and they acted as a provision unit for the Sangha.
A provision unit meaning?
Meaning they dedicated themselves to supporting the monastic community, providing food, robes, supplies, whatever was needed. A life of service and giving.
Ah, okay. So they have a history of generosity.
Yes. And their current situation, working very hard, yet still steadily prospering it, simply indicates that they're Dana Barami.
Dana Barami.
Their perfection of giving, their virtue of generosity, cultivated over lifetimes.
Oh.
It's not yet fully mature. Barami are these perfections, these virtues you cultivate over many, many lives.
So it's good, but not fully ripened yet.
Exactly. Once their generosity fully ripens, as a result of continued practice, the insight suggests they won't need to work so strenuously. Wealth and resources will come to them more easily, more naturally.
Huh. So the hard work now is kind of maturing that past merit.
In a way, yes. It's part of the process. This wraps things up with both some practical advice, keep practicing generosity, and a really powerful vision, I think. It reminds us that our spiritual practices, like giving, aren't just about accumulating merit for the next life.
Right.
They actively shape our current circumstances, our careers, our daily lives, how much ease or struggle we experience. This concept of full merit ripening is quite an inspiring thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
How our efforts today, our generosity today, can literally pave the way for a more easeful, more prosperous future down the road.
Wow, this deep dive has certainly offered some, truly profound insights into our listeners' experiences today. We've woven together this incredible tapestry of karmic connections and, timeless wisdom.
It's been quite a journey through these stories.
Definitely. We've journeyed through life, death, this quest for justice, dealing with disability, spiritual awakening, all interconnected by these powerful principles of karma. From that tragic accident rooted in a past life betrayal to the son's lifelong struggle stemming from a tyrannical past, even the father-in-law's murder linked to these ancient enmities. We've really seen how actions can echo across time, shaping destinies in ways that are frankly hard to imagine sometimes.
They really are.
But we also saw the power of compassion, like the listener as a child refusing to harm fish, and the healing touch of merit-making for the deceased father-in-law, and just the possibility of growth and understanding weaving through all these intricate threads of fate.
Indeed. And I think this deep dive beautifully illustrates that while past karma can manifest in challenging ways, sometimes deeply challenging, it's never presented as a dead end.
That's a crucial point.
Every single moment right now presents an opportunity to create new positive karma through acts of generosity, like we just discussed, through maintaining morality, through meditation and cultivating the mind. So this really invites you, the listener, to consider if every single action, every thought, every word has an echo that resonates into your future. What kind of echoes are you creating today?
That is a truly powerful thought to carry with you. Thank you so much for joining us on this, really enlightening deep dive.
Thank you.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep making those positive echoes.